The first one is, jeg har brug mere tid. Jeg har brug mere tid. And that of course means I need more time. But we're missing something. Preposition is not here. What is the one we need to put in here? Jeg har brug mere tid. Jeg har brug for. That's the one. Jeg har brug for mere tid. Very, very common and important to know. Jeg har brug for mere tid. I need more time. Okay, so the next one. Morgen er det onsdag. Morgen er det onsdag. So that of course means tomorrow it's Wednesday. But something has to come before that morgen. Or what is it? What preposition you want to put in there? You want to say i morgen. Right? This one is pretty easy, almost too easy. I morgen er det onsdag. I morgen er det onsdag. That's how it is. So, let's see this one. Licorice er ikke noget mig. Licorice er ikke noget mig. So, licorice is not my kind of thing. Like, it's not for me, it's not my cup of tea. So, what is it? What should I insert here? Licorice er ikke noget mig. Think about it. Er ikke noget for mig. Right? That's the one. Licorice er ikke noget for mig. And you can always say this. If something is not your thing, you can say, la 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 er ikke noget for mig. Det er ikke rigtig noget for mig. It's not really my thing. It's a polite way of saying it, so you don't have to say, jeg kan ikke lide. There's nothing wrong with saying, jeg kan ikke lide, but it's good to spice up your vocab a little bit and sound more native. Okay, so then in the third one, what we got, the fourth one, hun gav en stor gave ham. Hun gav en stor gave ham. She gave him a big present gift. She gave it to him. Hun gav en stor gave ham. Now, what should you do about that? What is the answer? Hun gav en stor gave. I would say this one is fairly easy. What do you think? Til ham. Right? Hun gav en stor gave til ham. That's that. Hun gav en stor gave til ham. Det var fint. Det var nice. Yeah. Like that. Alright. Yeah, because it's from one to another. Fra mig til dig. From me to you. So that's very basic and very easy to understand. Okay, what we got here? Vi spiser chokoladekage et par gange året. Vi spiser chokoladekage et par gange året. Right? So we eat chocolate cake a couple of times a year. What do you think? Et par gange om året. Right? Om året. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But here's the thing. Whenever you want to say like a day, a week, a year, and so on, you would say right? And it's året or året. So that's like the year. Right? You don't say år. Like et par gange om år. That would be weird. No, you say året. Right? Dagen, ugen, året. And so on. It's pretty easy once you get used to it. Så vi spiser chokoladekage et par gange om året. Chocolate cake a few times a year. Very nice. Okay. Kommer du lørdag? Kommer du lørdag? Yeah. You want to put a preposition in here to make it sound better. But what is missing? The meaning is of course, are you coming on Saturday? What you need to put is kommer du på. Right? Kommer du på lørdag? That's the way to do it. Kommer du på lørdag? Right? På, because it's the future. Kommer du på lørdag? Alright. Og hvad har vi så? har vi han er en mine bedste venner. Han er en mine bedste venner. He is one of my best friends. Again, something's missing. What is it? Så en, han er en mine bedste venner. You gotta say a. Right? Han er en af. He's one of. He's one of my best friends. It's pretty easy actually. So all these are mixed. There's for, til, på. There's also ved down here. So yeah, it's important because I made many videos about prepositions before, and now I'm kind of like testing you. If you watch those videos, great. If you haven't, go back and watch them. Rewatch. A little repetition definitely doesn't hurt. Alright. So, the next one is, hvilket sprog sagde du det? Hvilket sprog sagde du det? Which language did you say it in? Again, which language did you say it? Hvad tænker du? What are you thinking? Hvilket sprog sagde du det på? Right? I want to give it to you. This one is also kind of easy. Hvilket sprog sagde du det på? So what language did you say it in? That is what we say when you're talking about languages, in Danish, in English, in Spanish, whatever. You say på dansk, på engelsk, på spansk, på fransk, på kinesisk, and so on. So that's what it is. På. Okay, what about the next one? Du må godt vende dig nu. Du må godt vende dig nu. You can turn around now. Like you may turn around now. Maybe you're like preparing a surprise or whatever, and then you give them permission to turn around. So, what is missing? Du må godt vende dig nu. What's missing? You gotta have right? Du må godt vende dig om. That's how it is. Jeg vendte mig om. Like I turned around. So if it's something physical, is often about something like about or around. Right? Not always, but very often. Du må godt vende dig om nu. Tak for det. Det er super. Okay. Let's see. Hvad er det, du skal bruge den? Hvad er det, du skal bruge den? What is it you need it for, or what are you going to use it for? Hvad er det, du skal bruge den? What do you think? Du skal bruge den til. Hvad er det, du skal bruge den til? And that is the right answer. Why? Well, I think a lot of people will be confused here because your mind is in English, most likely. So you think like, why is it not for? Use it for something. But in Danish, when it's like a purpose, like a tool, then you say til. Jeg skal bruge den til at lave mad. Jeg skal bruge den til at hjælpe ham. Yada yada. For would be something else. Right? It's like if I give you something, then I would say, jeg har noget til dig. I wouldn't say, jeg har noget for dig. That's a different meaning. Ikke? So yeah, til serves a purpose. Hvad er det, du skal bruge den til? Okay, alright. So next one is, fortæl mig, hvad du er bange. Fortæl mig, hvad du er bange. So tell me what you are afraid of, or scared of. Same. Bange. Fortæl mig, hvad du er bange. Fortæl mig, hvad du er bange for. I think Google kind of gave it away there. Oh, sorry, it's a little copy-paste, but it wasn't too bad, I guess. Right? Fortæl mig, hvad du er bange for. So, again, many people have problems with this one, because you want to think, afraid of or scared of, so it's A, jeg er bange af. No. I'm saying it 4 times, so you really get it. It's bange for. Hvad er du bange for? Jeg er bange for mumier, mummies, spøgelser, ghost, edderkopper, spiders. Remember, jeg er bange for. Hvad er du bange for? Please don't forget. Okay, so that was one with for. What about the next one? Ja, hun tror Gud. Ja, hun tror Gud. Yes, she believes in God. So what is the right one here? I think most of you know this one. Hun tror på Gud. Right? So what's interesting here is that, again, you might expect it, if you're very new to Danish, you might be like, oh, so it's not like believe in God? Well, that's in English, this is Danish. So when it's a matter of believing in something, especially the existence of something, then you would say på. Jeg tror på Gud, that's one thing. Jeg tror på julemanden, believe in Santa Claus. Jeg tror på nisser, elves. Jeg tror på mirakler, I believe in miracles. So when you are believing in the existence of something, then you can say på. Actually, you have to say på. If it's about believing a person and the claim they're making, like, oh, I believe you, I don't believe you, then usually you would also say på. But there are some cases where you would just be like, jeg tror dig, eller jeg tror ham ikke, eller tro mig. That's actually a set expression, tro mig. It's like, trust me, ikke? Although trust is stol på mig. But sort of like, take my word for it. Tro mig, det er sådan det er. Trust me, that's how it is. So yeah, a little bit about tro på. Very, very important. Okay, the next one is, hvad vil du gøre? Problemet. Hvad vil du gøre? Problemet. What will you do, or what are you gonna do about the problem? What are you thinking? Maybe the answer is hvad vil du gøre? I think this one is hard for a lot of learners. If you don't know, it might be hard to guess. Hvad vil du gøre ved problemet? Right? Now this is the first one. This is the first time I'm using ved today. Now the thing here is that you might be thinking it's and like about. Of course, is about. Yeah, it is in many cases. But again, remember, this is Danish, not English, so we don't have to always have the same translation. It's like addressing a problem, a situation, that type of stuff. You would use ved. Ikke? Det jeg vil gøre ved det er. The thing I'm going to do about it is. So yeah, doing something about something, like a situation, a problem, a challenge, you would use ved. Right? Not ved. Because I know how most of you think. Okay. Then we got, han har lyst at danse. Han har lyst at danse. Definitely something missing here. I think this one is fairly easy. I talk about this a lot on my channel, well, I used to anyway, so you probably know it. Preposition missing is har lyst til at danse. Right? That's the one. Har lyst til at danse. Feel like dancing, I think I forgot to translate. So yeah, he feels like dancing. Har lyst til, feel like doing. And lyst is kind of like lust, if you will. I like the Spanish, ikke? Tengo ganas or tener ganas. Like you have the desire to do something. So yeah, har lyst, feel like doing something. You're in the mood for it. Then you got, okay. Hun fik ikke noget ud det. Hun fik ikke noget ud det. She didn't get anything out of it. Like whatever she did or whatever she experienced, there's no value. Like there's nothing that she could gain from it. Hun fik ikke noget ud det. Well, I mean, it's kind of easy if you think about it. Hun fik ikke noget ud af det. Why is that? Well, think about it. To get something out of it, right? What did you get out of it? That kind of stuff. Hun fik ikke noget ud af det. Waste of time. Okay. Then we got, mine forældre snakker det lige nu. Mine forældre snakker det lige nu. My parents are talking about it right now. Okay, so what do you say? It's not so hard. What is snakker det lige nu? Om. It's om, That's the answer. Mine forældre snakker om det lige nu. About that right now. So when you're talking about something like the theme of the conversation, kind of the center, all the things you're saying, they're kind of orbiting that topic. Use om. Hvad handler den om? What is it about? Hvad snakker I om? Hvad synes du om den? What do you think about that? And so on. Okay, så mine forældre snakker om det lige nu. Very nice. I'll move on. And we got, hvorfor lytter du ikke mig? Hvorfor lytter du ikke mig? Why don't you listen to me? Why don't you listen to me? Hvorfor lytter du ikke mig? Yeah, you know the answer? I think you do. Hvorfor lytter du ikke til mig? That's what it is. Listen to me. Not so much to say. It's the same as in English. Lytte til, listen to. Easy peasy. Hvorfor lytter du ikke til mig? Hvorfor ikke? And then you got, er du godt humør? Er du godt humør? Are you in a good mood? Er du godt humør? I'll just tell you. Er du i godt humør? So once again, it's the same as in English. Right? There's not much to say. A little difference is that in English you would maybe say a good mood, right? But in Danish you can just say i godt humør, like I'm in good mood. You gotta say jeg er i et godt humør, but the it is optional, so that's a little difference there. Er du i godt humør? Ja, det er. Okay, fantastisk, nice, super. Alright. Okay, let's see. Vi ved ikke, det passer. Vi ved ikke, det passer. We don't know if it's true, or we don't know whether it's true. Might be a challenge for some of you. Vi ved ikke. I'm about to say that, like stop myself. Vi ved ikke, om det passer. Yeah, is very versatile. You can really do a lot with this word. It can be about, it can be around, it can be whether, if. So I'm sure most of you, almost all of you, you know the word hvis. Now, hvis means if, right? But I call that the direct conditional. So like I can say, hvis du giver mig en gave, bliver jeg glad. If you give me a gift, present, I become happy. Right? It's like one thing leading to another. It's like depending on each other. It's a conditional. But is like when you can say whether or not. Right? So if you can say whether in English, you have to say in Danish. I understand that in English you can always say if, but if you can say whether in English, you have to say in Danish. Maybe it sounds a little bit technical, but it's actually pretty simple. So, vi ved ikke om det passer. We don't know if it's true. Nice. Okay, næste. So that is, jeg stoler ham. Jeg stoler ham. I trust him. And I think I kind of hinted at this earlier. Maybe you remember. Yeah, so jeg stoler. What is the missing word here? So easy. Jeg stoler på ham. Nej. Jeg stoler på ham. If you just say jeg stoler ham, sounds very weird, so don't do that. Jeg stoler på ham. Beautiful. Okay, moving on, we got. Det er rigtigt, at jeg faldt. Søvn. Det er rigtigt, at jeg faldt. Søvn. It is true, it's right, that I fell asleep. Okay, so what is the missing preposition? What do you think about this? At jeg faldt i søvn. Nej. Det er jo rigtigt, at jeg faldt i søvn. Ja, det er rigtigt. Det er rigtigt, at jeg faldt i søvn. Det er det. Det gjorde jeg. I did. Okay, nice. Og we got. Jeg er ikke så god. Den slags. Jeg er ikke så god. Den slags. I'm not so good at that kind of thing, or that type of thing. Not so good at doing it. Jeg er ikke så god. Den slags. There's an airplane. That's how it is here in Fukuoka. What we're gonna do? Jeg er ikke så god til den slags. Yeah, maybe some of you, you'll be like, well, maybe it's like in English, like go at, like good at, but no, you wouldn't say that. If it's a verb coming after, then you can say, jeg er god til at spise, danse, hoppe, whatever, ikke? Og jeg er ikke god til at gøre det, jeg er ikke god til at drikke, whatever the verb might be. But that at is with the verb that comes after. You still gotta have the til. So if I ask you, hey, what are you good at? Like, what are your talents? I would say, hvad er du god til? Fortæl mig, hvad du er god til. Ikke? Tell me what you're good at. So yeah, remember that. God til. Right? That's the right preposition. And of course, if you can remember, it's okay to watch this more than once, this video. Alright. Then we got, vi er løbet tør sojasauce. Well, that ain't good. Vi er løbet tør sojasauce. We ran out of soy sauce. Okay, so no more soy sauce in the house. Vi er løbet tør. You know it? It's for. Vi er løbet tør for soy sauce, right? So running out of, you always say er løbet tør for. This one is just present perfect, like we have run out. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that. You can say it about many things that you have in the house. Okay. Hun lavede aftensmad 10 minutter. Hun lavede aftensmad 10 minutter. She cooked dinner in 10 minutes. Okay, so it only took her 10 minutes to cook dinner. Nice. But what you gotta do? Hun lavede aftensmad 10 minutter. Yeah, it's maybe you're tempted to say I, but it is på. Why på? Well, when you finish something within that time frame, and she did it in 10 minutes, like she completed an action, then you have to say på. If I said I, that would be like she was doing it for 10 minutes, which is kind of a weird thing with food, right? She was cooking and then she just stopped. I guess that could make sense if someone else took over, but generally speaking, it would be weird. So yeah, and I is like when it's a duration of time, like that you just did it, that you did it for, but på is when you complete it. So I could also say, jeg læste den her bog på en dag. I read this book in one day. Right? Makes sense, because I'm done with it. So yeah. Okay, hvad med den næste? Could be a little bit advanced. It'll be interesting to see if you guys know what it means. Jeg holder meget dig. Jeg holder meget dig. I care about you very much. Okay, so there's a verb in here. There's usually a verb, but it's a verb that many of you might not know. Because I rarely hear it from my students. I don't hear it much, so maybe it's a new word to you too. To care about in Danish. One of the words for caring at least is what we gotta do. Af. Jeg holder meget af dig. So at holde af is to care about. Like they're important to you. As I often say to my students, it's like you have kan lide or kan godt lide, and then you have elsker, but you're missing something in between, like someone that you just care about, they're important to you. Then you would use this. Jeg holder af. So you can say that about a good friend or someone. Jeg holder virkelig af dig. But I guess that could also be friend zoning in the wrong context. But you get what I'm saying. So that's what it is. Could also be an activity. Like if it's something you hold very dearly, like playing with GarageBand or whatever, it's like, yeah, this is it. And det holder jeg meget af. I really like that. Like I'm fond of it. So yeah, it's nice. It's kind of warm. Okay, move on. This is, hvordan går det? Tiden. Hvordan går det? Tiden. Basically meaning, how is it going these days or nowadays, recently? Yeah. How are you doing nowadays, recently? Hvordan går det for tiden? Right? There's not a lot of stuff to explain here. Just kind of, it is what it is. Hvordan går det for tiden? For tiden spiller jeg en masse fodbold. For tiden spiser jeg en masse kød. Like eat a lot of meat, or whatever it is. Okay. Det er det, jeg gør for tiden. That's what I do at the moment. Right? For tiden. Okay, moving on. Klokken er 4:15. Klokken er 4:15. It's 4:45. What are you gonna do? Klokken er 4:45. Right? Maybe that's a little bit counterintuitive. You'd be like, hey, Thomas, why isn't it till? It's like 2:05. Yeah, but remember, we don't... stop singing. But we don't have any responsibility to go along with the English way. Like, maybe it sounds funny, but... You heard that? Damn. No, but it is what it is, right? We say I5, because it's like going towards 5. So 4:15, 4:15, 4:03, 4:08, 9, 10, whatever, the number. 4:15. All right. So the next one is, du fik ham at hjælpe dig. Du fik ham at hjælpe dig. You got him to help you, or you made him help you. Okay. What's missing? Du fik ham... you know it. Du fik ham til. Okay. Du fik ham til at hjælpe dig. So til, fik ham til, because this is the past. Present is, jeg får. I can write a little note here. Jeg får. Right? So I'm getting him to help me. Jeg får ham til at hjælpe mig. Then fik is the past tense. That is what we use when we get someone to do something. But not just like a favor. Could also be we made them laugh. We made them do something like involuntary. Jeg fik ham til at grine. Jeg fik ham til at grine. I made him laugh. Hun fik mig til at græde. She made me cry. Hun fik mig til at græde. Like that. So yeah. Fik mig til at la. Eller du fik ham til at hjælpe dig. Ine. Alright, moving on. Hvad er det bedste at være rig? Hvad er det bedste at være rig? What is the best thing about being rich? Okay, so the best aspect of being rich, the upside is... What you gonna do? Hvad er det bedste ved at være rig? Whoops. Hvad er det bedste ved at være rig? So maybe this one is a little bit tricky, but you want to think of it this way. It's like an aspect. Det gode ved, let's take my country Denmark. Det gode ved Danmark er, det dårlige ved Danmark er, the bad thing about Denmark. Det interessante ved den bog er, the interesting thing about that book is. So when you're talking about a topic, right, like you introduce something and then you kind of picking it apart or commenting on the different aspects, then you can say det gode, det dårlige, det bedste, det interessante, det sjove. And then ved at. Ikke? Det bedste ved bogen er, det værste ved at være mig er, the worst thing about being me is. You see? So that's what it is. Right? And again, if you feel like this maybe too fast or you don't get it, you can always go back and watch the video that I made about ved, because I covered most of these. Correction, I covered all of these prepositions in their individual videos. So you will learn it. Do not worry. Hvad er det bedste ved at være rig? Ja. Okay. Jeg trænger noget at spise. Jeg trænger noget at spise. I need something to eat. I need to eat something, whichever. But a more literal translation would be, I need something to eat. Like you're in need of it. It's been a while since you last ate. Jeg trænger til. That's what it is. Not just allow me to drink because I'm still human. Jeg trænger til noget at spise. So the deal with that is, in Danish, we have so many words for need. Har brug for, nødt til, trænger til. And in skal, well, that's more like need to. Har behov for, have a need for, have a need for. So it can be a pain in the ass. I am well aware of that. It's a bit of a headache, right? But trænge til is, generally speaking, a physical need, or at least something fundamental, like a need that is unfulfilled. Right? And food obviously is. You could also say, jeg trænger til at sove, to sleep. Jeg trænger til at være social. I need to be social. Like you are unfulfilled in that department. So that's the difference between jeg trænger til and jeg har brug for. Are there some cases where you can say both? Yes, but then the meaning changes. I always, something practical, that's a funny example. You could say, jeg har brug for penge, and I need money because it has a practical use. But you wouldn't say, jeg trænger til penge. That is so, jeg trænger til penge, like a Scrooge McDuck. You have like a need for money to touch them, like what is that? So trænge til is like an unfulfilled need. That's the whole meaning of it. Alright, cool. Trænger til noget at spise. Okay. Move on. Okay. Hun gjorde det en eller anden grund. Hun gjorde det en eller anden grund. She did it for some reason. Implying that the reason is unknown. We don't know what the reason is. Hun gjorde det en eller anden grund. What do you think? I think most of you will get this wrong. I mean, if you know it, you know it. That's cool. But there's a pretty high chance you'll get it wrong. Hun gjorde det af en eller anden grund. Right? When you phrase it like that, when it's like you have the action and then you say, did it like for that reason, then you say af. Gjorde det af den grund. There are also cases where we say grunden til, eller hvad grunden til det er, but that's more the other way around. I'll get into that some other time, because today we're covering many things. But just keep in mind that sometimes you'll say you'll see and other times you'll see til. But they're not interchangeable. They work in different ways. Okay, then we got, hvad er der vejen? Hvad er der vejen? What's wrong? Like, what's the matter? Like maybe someone's like crying or giving you a hard time, like, right? So like, what's wrong? Hvad er der? Hvad er der i vejen? That is what you want to say. Hvad er der i vejen? What's the matter? What's wrong? It is kind of what it is, but a good way to remember it is that you can say, what's in the way? I mean, like, what's getting in the way of you feeling good, content, happy? That's always like a nice logical reminder. You can remember it that way. Okay, cool. So, hvad er der i vejen? Det er okay, alt er fint, yeah, like that. And then we got, hun tog ansvar, det hele. Hun tog ansvar, det hele. She took responsibility for everything, or for all of it. Something that happened, or a project, she took responsibility for it. Hun tog ansvar, det hele. What you gonna do? Hun tog ansvar. It's pretty easy because it's for. Eh? Hun tog ansvar for. Det hele is the same as in English. Take responsibility for. Hun tog ansvar for det hele. Det gjorde hun. Det er så godt. Det er så godt. Right? Nice. Then you got, de er at være klar. De er at være klar. They are getting ready, or they're almost ready, ikke? Like they're about to be ready. De er at være klar. I had to be careful I didn't spill it. Sometimes that might happen. De er... it's gonna be tricky for you. I know it is. Ved. Ikke? De er ved at være klar. That's that. Think of it this way. Ved is like at. Ikke? Like you're at a certain point. You're standing next to it or you're standing by it. So it's like you're at the point of being ready. Right? That's basically what it is. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. Ved at være klar. And then you say, der er fest, aften. Der er fest, aften. There's a party tonight. So, how do you fix that? Der er fest, aften. It's not so hard. I don't think so anyway. I think most learners will get this. Der er fest i aften. Alright? I aften. Tonight. There's a party tonight. Now, maybe some of you will be like, well, why can't you just write it one word like English, like tonight? I mean, we just don't. Why can't you write it in 2 words? So, der er fest i aften. Yeah, easy. And we got a few left here. We got han flyver rundt jorden. Han flyver rundt jorden. He's flying around the earth. Or earth. Ikke? He's flying around our little blue planet. Han flyver rundt jorden. A little side note while you're thinking about it. Was that accent that came up thinking about it? No, but seriously, say jorden. And don't say Jordan. D is silent. Jorden. Jorden. Jorden is both earth, but it's also the ground, like soil. So I guess you can say it has 3 meanings. Like you pull it up like, frisk jord. Ikke? Earth, jorden er dejlig. But also like, jeg fell ned på jorden, ikke? Like fell on the ground. So yeah. Now anyway, I've been stalling long enough. Flyver rundt om jorden. Ikke? Because it's around the earth. Ikke? Remember that we often use that with something around. So yeah, that's pretty neat once you know that. I mean, that's the whole point of this. You know something and you can extrapolate a little bit. You can say, yeah, because Thomas, he said that, and I can generally assume that that's the case. Yeah, and then you'll still make mistakes sometimes, but you'll make fewer, so that's good. And then we got, jeg er træt at forklare det. Jeg er træt at forklare det. I am tired of explaining it. I'm sure we all feel this way sometimes. Jeg er træt at forklare det. Ja, jeg er træt af. Ikke? Jeg er træt af at forklare det. So this can be a little bit annoying when you hear it from native speakers. Like I'm teaching you now, so I'm slowing down on purpose. But in real life, it's going to be a lot more mumbly. Like, jeg er træt af at forklare det. You're like, what? Are you drunk? What did you just say? Right? Now the thing is, the F is silent. I think you noticed that. Right? A. We don't say F, we say A. Now at, you do say the T, but some of the time, a lot of the time, we kind of omit it. So it comes to sound like træt af. Like træt af. Yeah, I cannot say it slowly, that's unnatural, but jeg er træt af at forklare det. More or less. Again, it's hard to like, while teaching, to give a natural impression, but it'll sound like 2 A's right next to each other. But yeah, you just gonna have to accept that it is what it is. Så jeg er træt af at forklare det, ikke? The at is with the forklare, ikke? At forklare, to explain or explaining. Jeg er træt af at forklare det. Jeg gider ikke mere. I don't want to do it anymore. Right? What happens? Okay, so there's one left, and this one I also hinted at earlier. Let's see if you can remember. Hvad synes du? Mit forslag. Hvad synes du? Mit forslag. What do you think about my suggestion? Proposal. So forslag is suggestion / proposal. Hvad synes du? What is the right preposition? What you gotta do? Hvad synes du? right? I did kind of say it earlier briefly when I was talking about snakker om. And yeah, that's what it is. It's like, again, the topic, what looks like this. You have the topic, and then in the middle, you have something orbiting. Again, it's your thoughts or feelings or opinions orbiting the topic. Yeah, I like to paint a picture even if it's not necessary. That's just how it is. So yeah, that was all for today. And like I said, this is kind of like a mix of different prepositions. If you feel like it was hard to understand and it's just a total mess and it doesn't make sense, then you can go back and watch the other videos. So på, i, til, for, er, om, ved. Those are the prepositions that I covered here. And you're gonna hear them a lot. Like it's something that takes time to master. But if you watch videos, then it helps. You can always go to the website. Because one of the bonuses is that you get this document and others from similar videos. You get them and you can just download and play around or do whatever you want. So that's like a little bonus if you decide that you're a little more serious and you're like, okay, now it's time to take the next step. I mean, free videos is cool, but I'm taking this seriously, so let's do something about it. So yeah, that's up to you. It's lifetime access, it's not subscription based. On YouTube, you can become a member and pay monthly, that's cool. But on the website, it's a one-time payment and you have the videos forever. So that's pretty sweet. 500 videos, it's not too bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not doing this live today. It's just kind of weird talking to myself. But yeah, there are some circumstances that prevented me from doing that. So yeah, but thank you guys. And remember to enjoy the spring. It is here, it is perfect, and I love it. It's nice being here in Japan. See the birds, see the small houses, it's just awesome. I love it. So yeah, I think that's about it for now. Peace, and I'll see you soon.